What if I told you one of the most viral moments from the Minneapolis ICE protests isn't just about protesters and police, it's about a single man who some say looked like a protester until something strange happened, a chaotic clash. A man goes down, and then an unmarked law enforcement vehicle pulls up and officers take him away. So here's the question. Was this just crowd confusion in a tense situation? Or is there something bigger happening in the middle of America's immigration fight?
Oh, careful, careful.
Let's keep this factual and fair. On January 17, 2026, Minneapolis saw another intense confrontation connected to immigration enforcement tensions. Independent journalist Zach D. Roberts, working with Status Quo, uploaded footage from a protest where hundreds of anti-ICE demonstrators confronted a smaller group of right-wing agitators. In the middle of that chaos, the camera captures a man who appears to be part of the protest crowd. Yet earlier, he was reportedly seen wearing a U.S. Border Patrol hat, according to the video's description. Source: then the key moment, the man ends up on the ground, unclear exactly how, and as people try to help him up, an unmarked vehicle arrives and multiple Hennepin County Sheriff's officers retrieve him and place him into their truck, according to the same video description.
Whipple, continually putting out the fire and yelling at people. They're putting the pin back into the pepper spray, so I guess they're not going to attack anyone.
Now, does that prove anything? No, but it does raise questions that millions of Americans are asking right now. To understand why this clip exploded, you have to understand the bigger picture. Minneapolis has become a national flashpoint in the immigration enforcement debate, especially after reports of clashes, chemical irritants, and confrontations between federal agents and protesters.
Minutes later, they will come back up and start clashing with those federal agents. We were seeing protesters throwing.
And the political stakes got even higher when Minnesota, Minneapolis, and St. Paul announced legal action aimed at halting what they described as a federal immigration enforcement surge. Now let's address the viral claim carefully. Some viewers online are asking, was that man an undercover plant pretending to be an ICE protester? Here's what we can responsibly say. Video alone rarely proves intent. In chaotic protests, people change clothing, borrow hats, or get misidentified. Law enforcement sometimes removes injured people for medical or safety reasons. And yes, history shows undercover operations exist in protests generally, but each incident needs evidence. So instead of jumping to conclusions, here are the 3 questions that matter. Question number 1, why was he taken in an unmarked vehicle? That looks dramatic on camera, but unmarked vehicles are used for many reasons: crowd safety, logistics, rapid removal. Question number 2, who exactly were the officers? The video description says Hennepin County Sheriffs. Question number 3, what happened before the camera caught up? Short clips can miss the lead up. That's why multiple angles matter. Now here's where this becomes a national political story, because immigration is one of the biggest fault lines of the Trump era. Whether you support strict enforcement or oppose it, the reality is simple. Immigration enforcement under Trump has become a high emotion issue, and every protest clip becomes a political weapon online. One side says ICE is protecting America. Another side says ICE is overreaching. And in the middle, people just trying to figure out what's real. Trust collapse. When people don't trust institutions, every clip becomes a conspiracy. Let's do a 60-second breakdown like an evidence board. Point A, the clip shows a man presented as a protester earlier. Point B, he later ends up on the ground, exact cause unclear. Point C, officers arrive in an unmarked vehicle and retrieve him. So what should viewers do with this? Don't assume it's fake. Don't assume it's a plant. Assume it's incomplete information until more verified reporting comes out. Here's my honest take. America is at a point where one short clip can ignite a national narrative before we even know the full story. If there's an official statement later, we'll update. If more angles appear, we'll review. but the worst thing we can do is let algorithms turn confusion into certainty. Now, I want to ask you, do you think this was just a chaotic extraction or something more coordinated? Drop your thoughts below, keep it respectful, and if you want part 2 with a full timeline and every angle, subscribe.